So I'm going to do another quiz in the official Superman quiz book by Bruce Nash, published in 1978, and this is a long one. This is Kryptonite exposure. How did Superboy first discover he was vulnerable to green kryptonite? I think there's been multiple stories, but I think Pa Kent had it. What effect does green kryptonite have on the Man of Steel? Well, it weakens him and eventually will kill him. How does green kryptonite affect Earthlings? No effect. Besides Superman, who else can be affected by green kryptonite rays? Any Kryptonian. How was green kryptonite formed? When Krypton exploded, it went through some kind of gas cloud and then turned into green kryptonite. Who gave kryptonite its name? Superman? What was the name of the scientist who inadvertently publicly exposed Superman vulnerability to kryptonite? I read the story. I've created a video of the story. I don't remember his name. True or false? Although he becomes partially immobilized, Superman can still use his powers of super hearing and supervision for a short time after being exposed to green kryptonite. I'll say yes. What happens to the skin of someone who is suffering from kryptonite fever? I think they turn green. What effect does friction heat have on kryptonite? I'll say none, because it's Kryptonian and invulnerable. True or false? Green kryptonite is not radioactive. I'll say it's not, because it doesn't seem to be harmful to humans. What is the only substance that can shield Superman from kryptonite rays? That would be lead. True or false? Kryptonite is indestructible under the Earth's yellow sun. Yeah. What villain's mechanical heart was powered by a small piece of green kryptonite? That would be Metallo. What looks like green kryptonite but has no effect on Superman? A rock painted green. What atmospheric occurrence transformed a flock of green kryptonite meteors into red kryptonite? I don't know. A red cloud? What type of feeling does Superman experience when he is exposed to red kryptonite? I'll say a tingling. What effect does red kryptonite have on Superman? It is unpredictable. True or false? Except on rare occasions, red kryptonite will affect Superman differently each time he is exposed to it. True. How long do the effects of red kryptonite usually last? I think 24 hours, maybe 48, but I'll say 24. What form of kryptonite kills all plant life but has no effect on Superman? Was it white? I think white. What diabolical villain created synthetic kryptonite? I don't remember. Not sure I even read it. Oh, geez. What type of kryptonite can rob Superman of his powers forever? That would be gold. What type of kryptonite is lethal to inhabitants of the cockeyed Bizarro world? I believe that's blue. How was this Bizarro variety of kryptonite form? Probably the duplicator ray. What effect did silver kryptonite have on Superman when he was exposed to it? I think none, because I don't think it was real. I think it was fake. Where did jewel kryptonite come from? The jewel mountains in Krypton. What type of kryptonite is harmful to humans? I don't think any. Superman designed a holeless lead suit to protect himself against kryptonite. How was he able to see out of it? I think it had like a television camera or something. Why is Superman no longer overly concerned about the dangers of kryptonite? Well, in 1978, I believe that it was all destroyed, but then came back. I don't know. I read that story back in the 70s, so I think all kryptonite was destroyed. Pa Kent, yeah, it was Pa Kent, gave Superboy a green kryptonite meteor for his mineral collection. Clark quickly fell ill with a mysterious fever of unknown origin. After some time had elapsed, Clark finally realized it was the kryptonite sample causing the illness. Green kryptonite can kill Superman if he is exposed to it for a long period of time. Yes. Green kryptonite has no effect on Earthlings. That's true. Anyone from the planet Krypton. So yes, Supergirl and whoever else. The planet Krypton exploded into countless green meteor fragments. The kryptonite meteors were scattered throughout the space. Okay, so it didn't go through a cloud or anything. That was just the result of exploding. Superboy. Okay, so Superboy gave it his name. Professor Stanley Haley was the guy who accidentally exposed Superman's vulnerability to kryptonite. True. Okay, so he retains his supervision and super hearing for a little while. It turns green, so that's what happens when you get kryptonite poisoning. Kryptonite is immune to friction heat, yes. False. Kryptonite is not radioactive. So I guess it is radioactive, okay. The only substance that can shield is lead. False. It is the only thing from Krypton that is not Indestructible. Oh. Okay, so it's immune to friction, but it's not indestructible. Okay. All right, that's weird. Metallo had a kryptonite heart. False kryptonite. That is number 15. False kryptonite. Okay, whatever. A flock of green kryptonite meteors passed through a crimson-colored radioactive cosmic cloud. It was turned into red kryptonite. Okay. A tingling. That's what I said. Red kryptonite produces weird, unpredictable effects on the Man of Steel. It has wiped out his super memory, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so all sorts of different things it causes. So, yes, it will always have unpredictable. 48 hours. Okay, I kind of thought it was 48. I don't know why I said 24. White kryptonite has effects on plants, but no effect on Superman. Okay, I got that right. Luthor created synthetic kryptonite. Oh, and he created the Kryptonite Man. What type of kryptonite can rob Superman of his powers forever? That would be gold kryptonite. And blue kryptonite affects the Bizarros. How was the bizarre? Okay, the duplicator ray, of course. The effects of silver kryptonite has no effect on Superman. Silver kryptonite was a hoax. Okay, I got that right. The jewels mountains of Krypton. Okay, I got that right. That produced jewel kryptonite. What type of kryptonite is harmful? No variety of kryptonite is harmful to humans. Oh, I got that right too. Specially designed lead suit is equipped with a television receiver. I got that right. All kryptonite on Earth was turned into iron. So I wasn't completely specific about what happened. I just said it was destroyed. So, yeah, I did pretty good on that one. Okay, I guess I know my kryptonite.